Hello and welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures on this beautiful sunny morning. It's glorious. Of course the birds are out, we have blue skies and that's a very noisy magpie. We've got quite a few. Well, in my hand I have some sunflowers, and yes, it's the start of sunflowers, and well, warning time. We're having a competition. Yes, the competition's back. We're going to have a sunflower growing competition, so it's not too late. You can still plant your seeds because we have different categories, and I'll explain that in the next few weeks. So if you've not sown your sunflowers, get them going. Liz in Rotherham has sent me these pictures of her sunflowers, and apparently these are all self-seeded from where she grew last year. Isn't that magnificent? In fact, I've got some self-seeding ones where my potatoes are now, so I keep digging those up and moving them somewhere else. It's not too late. These are some of my sunflowers, but I don't think they're going to win a competition. However, possibly this one might. These are one of my giant sunflowers that I've been growing, and they're going to go out soon. This one has been in the greenhouse. I think it's in fact it's almost half as tall as I am. Welcome once again to Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. I'm just starting to support my tomato plants here. I've got some at the back, but I'm going to do a little experiment. A friend of mine, Ken, hi Ken in Rotherham, he had an allotment when he was younger with his brothers. In fact, I think there are about 8 allotments, and well, they grew all sorts of things. And he gave me a little tip about tomatoes. He said, don't put them straight upright. Put the canes at an angle, and I can't remember quite what angle he said. So I'm having a go. The reason being is because when the trusses have the tomatoes on, because the canes are at an angle, they hang away from the rest of the plant. They're giving them air around them, which prevents a lot of the disease we get on tomatoes, and particularly mould that gets in there. They like air around the tomatoes. So I'm having an experiment with these canes here. I've got 4 at an angle, and the rest are going to go bolt upright, and we'll see which ones produce the best tomatoes. So great tip, Ken. Thank you very much. And well, we're going to have a look now at another viewer's garden. We're going to go down to Loughborough to Jeremy Parton, and thank you for these fantastic photographs. And there's lots of things you're growing, but you've got, and we'll start in order, shall we? Here goes. Deep breaths, because there's quite a lot of them. Let's start our tour with the rhubarb. Isn't that magnificent? Well, I've got a few strawberries on my allotment here, but not as many as Mr. Parton's planted, so let's take a look at these photographs. Fantastic. Look at those strawberries, all netted as well, which is very important because I have here magpies, and magpies, you have to be really careful because they love the strawberry plants, and I've just realised this morning they're hanging around because I've got lots of flowers on my strawberries, so I better get those covered up. I've also got a beautiful flower coming on the top of one of my garlic bulbs. Now, a lot of people do cut off the flowers because it stops the bulbs from growing, and people like bigger bulbs. I'm quite happy to see the flowers this year. It's lovely. We'll get garlic, maybe not as big as the others, but we've got some beautiful flowers to boot. Anyway, on with Mr. Parton. Last year, he grew a gooseberry bush and it was having problems, and he was one of the first few to use nematodes, and he did so, and look at it this year. It's absolutely incredible. It's come back really, really well. And now we're going to look at well, we've got onions here, we've got leeks, we've got raspberries, and to finish off this section of pictures, we've got some courgettes. So thank you once again, Mr. Parton, for sending in those pictures. I'm looking up here because I've got a lovely little bumblebee inside my growing frame. Don't worry, I will help it out in a moment. And I've also in here got a little, in fact he's over here, you probably can't see him, a little, I think they're called damson. Fly, like a dragonfly, absolutely beautiful thing, hovering around, and it keeps going onto the moisture here on top of the growing frame. Well, once again, thank you very much for watching Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. Don't forget about the sunflower competition. Get your sunflowers in now, there's still time, because we have many different categories of the sunflower growing competition. Thanks for watching. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ra for now.